Good morning and welcome to another fantastic day in Poland, Katowice. This time we got on the left side Kamil Kozakowski and on the right side OneWinged. So we've got an ADP on the right side and on the left side, well, a fire type deck. A fire type deck that I think we don't really know what it is. We got a Slugma, so it doesn't mean there's a Makargo. There's a great catcher in Kamil's hand. There is a Victini Prism. There's a Victini V as well, from what I say. Great catcher, Pokemon Communication. This is not going to be the fast-paced game. It's not going to be, this dramatic turn type of game, I'm assuming, because, well, we all know now Kamil is a little bit slower player, but it's all good, it's all fun. And on the right side we got OneWinged, the OneWinged from the streams, of course, and, well, ADP Birds Trio, a really interesting deck. Definitely, he put some text into it, tested it with us on stream. So let's see. We got a Pokemon Communication being dropped right there from Kamil, and well, down goes Victini Prism. So again, Kamil also, one thing that he's doing, really unique way of having a discard pile closer to the front, not really behind the deck. I mean, it's not. You should have this card pile, behind deck, like below the deck, but here, he's done it so many times that we're so used to it right now that it's fine, it's not bad. We've seen people from Latin America doing the same thing, and he's going from a Cargo GX. That's a really cocky play right there, because he's like, oh, you know what, you've got that ADP, you're not gonna dunk me, you are not capable of dunking me. I'm just gonna play it a little bit slower and see where it goes. So definitely an interesting play. And of course we do have a beautiful sleeves from Team Skull sleeves on the right side with Salzal and Zubat, it's a Zubat, and on the left side Kamil with the Final Fantasy. So we can think that he is a fan of Final Fantasy. Is he playing the remake of 7? We don't know, but let's take a look. He's still slowly shuffling his deck. He took that Makargo GX energy underneath Slugma, and that might be it per turn. Again, another unique way of actually putting the energy down. He can't play the supporter, and now OneWinged with the draw. So let's take a look. We've got a Cherish Ball, a beautiful Staff Pro Cherish Ball from the League Cup, and let's see where he's gonna go. Are we gonna see a Caldeo GX? Are we gonna see another tag team? Are we gonna see a Birds Trio? Because those are all tag teams or GXs, right? So not really V cards inside OneWinged's deck. Not really any, I wouldn't say newer cards, because there are quick balls, there are other things, but in terms of attackers, not really brand new ones from the Sword and Shield era, from the beginning of the Sword and Shield era. Well, is it going to change with the Rebel Clash? Probably, as with many players. So let's take a look. He's browsing, he's checking, and he's really browsing. He's like, what do I have in my prize cards? And there it is. There's a Birds Trio, beautiful Elite Trainer box promos. If someone purchased Elite Trainer box from Hidden Fates, had this beautiful glass promo. So there you go, just to give you guys perspective. And again, two really nice custom playmats right here in front of us. And we've got a nice GX, of course, GX tag team markers. So right now, again, a bit of a shuffling. So yeah, as I said, right, this is not this high power, high speed game like peak ROM decks. This is a little bit slower paced, but it's all fine. It's all good. Sometimes games like that happen, and it's all fine. So we got an energy, a Melt type energy underneath the ADP. There's still a supporter to play, but does he have a supporter? That is a great question, right? We've got what seems to be a power plant. That is a power plant right there being dropped next to the discard pile of Kamil. So definitely right now, ability of Makargo GX is going to be non-existing. We got a great catcher in his hand. Is there going to be supporter from OneWinged? Oh, that's a good question. Tim, is it going to be? Tim shakes his head, says, I don't know, and I don't know either. So let's take a look. Then, one passing the turn, we've got an evolution, we've got a Makargo GX, and let's say we also do have energy being drawn by Kamil. Again, thank you so much, Kamil, for showing us what you have there in your hand. Definitely helps a lot right here in the commentary booth in Poland, Katowice. So right now, Welder being dropped, and those two energies. So he is fueling that Makargo GX. Draw 3 right now. Makargo, I believe, can hit for 200 damage, so 2 more energies. But this is so close. If only there would be an ability, but there's a power plant, so ability cannot be used. And he has 2 elders in his hand, 1 great catcher. Maybe this is going to be used. Maybe. Okay, we got here some cleaning right down the right side from OneWinged on the birds. So birds, birds be birds, right? They do poop. So let's take a look back. Kamil right now, just wondering what are my options. Should I attack for this, 150, 200 damage, or should I leave it? Should I use the GX and mill OneWinged for 5 cards? That is also a possibility. This power plant, definitely a great idea early on in the game, just, not letting him play that Makargo's ability of just, discarding your top card, but if it's an energy, he would be able to attach it, then mainly attaching from hand, and well, that would be a knockout probably. But was it a passing of the turn? Probably it was. Was it? Because I was so into my cargo. Yes, there was a passing of the turn. I do apologize. There was a passing of the turn. I didn't even notice that. So we've got to switch. Birds Trio being active. That's a really good. That's a really interesting play. I would thought. I literally have no idea why. Some may ask why. Oh, right now we know why. For the custom catcher, and a Green's exploration. That is a double supporter. That is a game for Kamil. That's a double supporter. That is a double supporter. That is a game for Kamil. Because that was a switch. There was no retreat. That was Malo and Lana. That is a game for Kamil, but Kamil just let it be, let it play. Okay. I mean, this is going to be really interesting right now to come. Definitely for me personally, and I think for anyone who's watching, game for Kamil. So let's take a look. We've got right now Kamil just thinking, maybe he didn't realize that, maybe this is not, something that he done on purpose. Well, that is definitely interesting. Alright, so maybe he was blinded by the shine of his amazing watch. So right now Kamil drawing what seems to be a Victini Prism, and right now Kamil, well, a little bit behind, but well, Kamil is an experienced player. He knows how to battle stuff like that, and he drops that welder. He knows he has that knockout right there on the ADP. Like, Kamil goes for that knockout. He hunts that ADP. He says no, I would not allow that ADP. But also really weird last turn by OneWinged. Like, that was really weird what happened. I feel like we should go to game number 2, but who knows? Kamil right now, a Torkoil. That's a Torkoil V. That's another new tag for Kamil. As I said, he is playing really weird decks. Those are his brews. Those are really weird decks. And Torkoil V, being there on the board. So I'm really curious to know where this game is going to go. Definitely discarding the energy by Torkoil is going to hurt. OneWinged. Are we gonna have a knockout? 5 energy underneath my cargo. That should be a knockout right there. On that ADP. And I do feel like this is going to be a knockout. It's getting closer to the knockout. And is it? Is it knockout? And it is. Kamil right here just taking those prize cards. He says like, get this out of the board. You play 2 supporters. You want it to be fancy. I'm gonna take out your ADP and your hopes and dreams. And that is exactly what Kamil said. Well, not really, but that's probably what he might have said. No, joking. Of course, that's a joke. But let's take a look. We got a Green's exploration, and what we're gonna have. So this time I say where the passing of the turn is. That's that was a bit weird, but again, I'm trying to take a look if Kamil took all the prize cards. That's 1, that's 2, and that is 3. Yeah, he took all of them. Right. I was just making sure if he took all of the prize cards, and I think yes, he did actually took those 3. Oh right. Whew. We've got Energy Spinner and Pokemon Communication from Wings Exploration, and they're both going to be played already. They both are going to be played. So we got Energy Spinner for energy, definitely for water type energy, or maybe he's going to try to get for that ADP. Maybe OneWinged is going to get that ADP. No, is he going to play them? Yeah, he's going Pokemon Communication on the Burst Trio, and a Victini, the Victory Sign Victini, and of course Energy Spinner for this 1 energy. So we might actually say that for Victini, maybe a switch, and maybe we're gonna have a Victory Sign V from the Victini, and fueling that Burst Trio. And right now Kamil in a really good position. He has that Torkoal V, and Torkoal, really powerful card, a card that can deal a lot of damage, but not only in terms of damage counters, but discarding in terms of discard. That is really powerful, because in Torkoal discards 2 energies from an active Pokemon while he attacks, so definitely this is really big for him. And of course we got a passing of a turn, Heat Factory being drawn by Kamil. And now Kamil thinks. Kamil is in his tank. He knows he needs to get rid of that power plant. Maybe play that. That Heat Factory. Just get this additional draw. Discard a fire type energy. Maybe get the Fire Crystal. There are options for Kamil right here. Just getting that Torkoal running. 1 KO only, and he is going to be 1-0. Just 1 KO for Kamil. That's all he needs on that Bird Trio. But right now, he's just checking what are my options, and definitely retreating may be not an option, but Heat Factory is going to enable ability, but he's going with a Vulpix. He might have a Ninetales there as well, so really an interesting idea. Oh, he plays the Welder. Down goes Welder, 2 energies, but where? That's a good question. Are they going to be underneath Torkoal? That is really interesting play there, because he might draw into a switch. There is a Heat Factory still in his hand, so he might actually play it, use the ability of Macargo GX, maybe hit the energy. Pokegear, I can see Pokegear, Pokemon Communication. Was that a switch? Definitely a Heat Factory. There is a switch. He has a switch in his hand. He has it. He has a Victini V. But this is great. This is a great hand for Kamil right now. He has the switch that he needed. He desperately needed. And when he can start discarding the energy from the Birds Trio, this is going to be devastating for OneWinged right there. So we've got a Victini. Again, another Victini. It's a Victini, Trio Victini, you might say, right there on the board. Double for Kamil, once for OneWinged. All Victinis in the world right there on the board, right here in front of our eyes. So right now, Great Catcher, definitely not a card he can use. Heat Factory just awaits. And now he just passes the turn. That is really interesting. He had all the tools. He had everything in his hand. He had his whole world in his hand, as the song says, and he just didn't. He didn't actually done anything. That is really interesting. But maybe he waits. Maybe he tries to stall right there and waits for Victini to do the victory sign to attack. And that's exactly what is happening. We got a victory sign, a Victini attack, and then play that switch, play that Great Catcher, Heat Factory, and start discarding from the Burst Trio. Maybe that is the option right here for Kamil. Maybe that is exactly what he wants to do. So we'll see in a second, because I think that might be, he might be trying to do that, or he just missed he missed his cue, he missed his option, he missed his moment. So let's take a look. We've got a switch. There we go. So we finally got a switch into Victini V. Okay. So you select, that's what I said, right? When you see Kamil playing, you never know what's gonna happen. And really, that is a really interesting play. He wants to bring back that energy, so he values the energy a bit more than this knockout, than the great catcher, into just trying to discard the energy from the best trio. Really interesting game right here in Poland, Katowice today. We've got a Victini. Again, Victini brings back up to 3 energies, and if you have 2 energies underneath Victini, that's 30 for each energy attached to both active Pokemons. I'm still thinking why he's not playing that Heat Factory. Come on, Kamil, don't be scared, drop that Heat Factory and start using the ability. Come on, we're all here in the commentary booth, all here in the world are rooting for you right now after this double supported play from OneWinged. Come on, Kamil. Pokemon Communication on the Ninetales. What he's gonna bring? What does he really need from that Pokemon Communication at this point? He has everything in his hand. That is really interesting turn. Oh no, he went for Ninetales. Oh right, so he went for Ninetales actually. So he just wanted to shrink his hand size. Maybe maybe that was his play right here. To not get stamped that hard. Who knows? So many questions, so little answers. We can't really get into Kamil's head, but he is using the first attack. He's bringing back 3 energies, and he's probably gonna play them on, well, that might be a Macargo if in terms of Kamil. That might be literally anything. That might be a Victini Prism, and he's using them. So that's on Victini V, that's on Torkoal. So he has 2 attackers. So he plays a little bit slower here. Definitely no slower pace. So this is the moment, right? He really gave a lot of moments for OneWinged to breathe in between the turns. We got Sylvan Caitlyn, great catcher discarded. Really interesting play here. What is he going to bring back? Probably Grease Exploration, and oh no, Malodlana being brought back, draw 3, searching for a switch, but he might be able to retreat as well. So that was Sylvan Caitlyn, and let's take a look. Again, still that Heat Factory in Kamil's hand, that, well, maybe Kamil has some kind of a plan, but those are 2 turns when he could have actually used Heat Factory. He could have used the ability of Macargo to start fueling stuff, but maybe he's, a little bit scared of discarding certain things. And we got a retreat, and, well, there we go. We're gonna have a first attack of the burst trio, first attack from OneWinged in this game right here in Poland, Katowice. So let's take a look. Again, League Cup, 5th of April coming, if it's not gonna get cancelled due to what. Oh, and a reset stamp, wow, what a stamp. Right now Cam probably is saying to himself, like, why I haven't played that Heat Factory, why I let that few turns for OneWinged to breathe. That's one of those things that you should not do. If you have the tools, if you have the way of dealing with certain things on the board, do it. Don't wait, because at the end this might bite you, this might get to you. And right now Kamil actually sees it, feels it firsthand. Down to 3 cards and a knockout right there. Knockout. 2 prize cards for OneWinged, and now it's a turn of Kamil. So let's take a look. We got a Torkoal Fuel. Like, he has a lot of fire type energy there underneath, so he might start attacking, might start discarding the energy, which again is going to be a problem. Even though it's, well, he'd let OneWinged breathe in this game, that is a problem, right? This Torkoal is a problem. But isn't that a little bit too late? Maybe that energy should have been right there underneath Macargo to make that attack, to attack for that 300 with Macargo, because 300 HP, that is the HP amount of the burst trio, which is really high amount. Of course, in comparison to some V cards, it's not that big, but hey, who am I to judge? Who am I to say anything? Of course, I'm just a raven with a cup of coffee, so I'm going to say everything I want. So let's go. What right now we're going to have? Kamil knows he might actually start playing the energy, putting some energy underneath Victini Prism to bring it back to the deck, prepare himself if Torkoal is going to get knocked out, because that is an option. Again, there's a GX of the Birds Trio, which Kamil should be worried about, because that can devastate. That can be devastating move. But let's take a look. He's got a Cherish Ball. He's got 2 energies. Yeah, like right now, Kamil is just probably biting his tongue. He's going like, why I haven't played that Hit Factory? Then again, that is something worth knowing. If you have a way, play it, because those 2 abilities might have saved him. That Hit Factory might have helped draw him into the W a lot earlier than he is right now. And he's right now in a really interesting spot, because he is going to start discarding the energy from underneath the Birds Trio, and there is energy, fire type energy underneath Victini Prism, so he's slowly starting there. And let's take a look. Are we gonna have a first attack of Kamil with the Torkoal in this game? And those 2 energies are being discarded. There we go. So as I said, 2 energies being discarded. That is huge. And 120 damage. Hello, OneWinged. There we go. 120 damage right there, but again, we know there's that Malo and Lana. That may not be enough. There's still this victory sign. And another one being discarded with the Malo and Lana. So 120, that's going to be the exact amount that Malo and Lana is healing. So maybe that's why he put it like next to it. Then he definitely has a fire type energy. He has it. He just had it. So right now, as I said, right, you should not get that Rim to Brave. And right now, Kamil is paying the price. He's paying that price for letting his opponent brave, letting his opponent just have those few extra turns by not being aggressive. Aggression. If you are being aggressive, just go with it. You have to be committed to something. You can't be like 50-50. There's no 50 shades of grey. There's only one shade of aggression right now if you are deciding to be aggressive. So let's take a look. Kamil drawing a card. I believe he had a great catcher though. I do believe he had that great catcher in his hand. And let's take a look. Are we gonna have it? Are we gonna see another 2 energies being discarded from a Birds Trio? And discarding more type energy might be devastating for OneWinged, because I don't think he plays more than 3. Cherish Ball. So playing a little bit slower again, Cherish Ball. And the Cherish Ball for what? Like, that's a good question. Are we gonna see a Detonator? Oh, that might be a great catcher into a Detonator. But again, ability is not gonna work. There is that power plant right there, just ruining every single plan that Kamil Kozakowski has. And this is not. So this is Oh, not Torkoal. My goodness, not Torkoal. That was my big mistake. Heat run, ladies and gentlemen. That is a heat run. But again, there is a power plant on board. So again, he can't play that heat run for all of the energy, which really is problematic. And even though he has all the energy he needs to get that knockout on the Birds Trio, with that may not be it. So Heatran is being played. Again, there's a power plant. I know it's easy to forget about the power plant. Oh, we got a switch. We've got a switch with Ninetales. So he didn't really need it. Anything. Oh, and this is 120, discarding even more energy. That's a really good play by Kamil right there. Just getting 120 damage with the Ninetales. And he is really fueling that Victini Prism right there. Oh, he just got rid of the energy. And, well, Simba and Caitlyn, Birds Trio being discarded. That is a tough spot. That's a really rough spot for OneWinged. He's bringing back Malo and Lana. 1, 2, and 3. Is there going to be a switch? He does really need that switch. He desperately needs the switch. Are we going to see a switch and another victory sign V? Is there even enough energy left in his deck? Oh, there is a switch. There is a switch. There is a switch. So is there enough energy in his deck to even do something? Is there water type energy left? We've got a Choice Helmet. Choice Helmet not working on a Torkoal V. There's still power plant. There's still so many things. No sound slap. He has lightning type energy. So does he have in his deck a water type energy? I know. Oh, he does. That's the last one. That is a last one. If he plays 3, that is a last one. That is the last one. Kamil has to now be in shock, in disbelief, but he can still bring that Birds Trio active. He can still try to knock it out. What is happening right now? Was that an acrobike? Was that an acro? I think that was an acrobike. He's drawing 2. 1 being discarded. Yes, that was an acrobike. My cargo being drawn. And there's so little things he can do right now. There's so little things. What a moment that is. What a moment that is in the game. Come on, are we gonna say so? We might see a knockout and a knockout back. There's so many things that can happen. 24 minutes left on the clock. That's what we just heard from the judge. And, well, 24 minutes. We're 25 minutes in. So it's a halftime, right? A halftime break, but there's no Beyonce. There's no Beyonce. There are Victinis, and they are better. So let's take a look. We got a Kamil still thinking really hard. What can I do? What can I do? There's a power plant. I can't do a lot. I can just attack, get that prize card, and pray for something that might help me in the long run. So let's say Kamil doing the math. We're gonna hear him doing the math. There are laughs, they're talking, they are great friends. But sometimes, sometimes the friendships are ending in the Pokemon. No, of course, joking. They are being created thanks to this game. So you should definitely play Pokemon trading card game online and IRL, especially. Follow one of the channels on the left side. So live Revan called Snatchku, and of course this YouTube channel. Subscribe Pokemon Couple on Instagram, but also Kovek Paintings. Kovek, she's a miniature figure painter. So Kovek Paintings on YouTube and on Instagram. Definitely you want to do that, so go do it right now, as Kamil is thinking, and he's having his really tough turn to make. So go there, follow all those channels, and we're gonna be back. So we are back, ladies and gentlemen. We are back, and Kamil is still thinking. Kamil is still thinking what he wants to do. There is a knockout. Maybe there will be a knockout back with the Birds Trio. Right now we can hear Kamil just talking out loud like, oh, I didn't have a stadium. He had, and that's a knockout. So that's a knockout right there. And, well, Kamil down to 2 prize cards right now. And again, he had the stadium, but he just whiffed it. He really whiffed it with not playing it for those 2 turns. And right now, OneWinged going to 120 damage on OneWinged's Birds Trio. And, well, there's still a lot of what Victini can do. Sven Caitlin was gonna get discarded. A custom catcher discarded, and probably Mal and Lana will be brought back. Maybe Green's Exploration, but there's just so little cards. That's a Green's Exploration, but there's just maybe 5, maybe 6, maybe few cards. It seems like, up until like 5 to 6 cards left in the deck at this point. And of course, Green's Exploration to the hand. Pokegear 3.0, and let's take a look. Oh no, there's a little bit more. Alright, so that was just a weird angle. There's around 15 cards, maybe 16 left in the deck. So let's take a look. First 7 cards of the deck with the Pokegear 3.0. Faba. I think Faba's just to take it, but a really nice tag here to go and play Faba. I haven't seen that in a while right now in the Birds Trio. That's a knockout, and those are 2 prize cards right here for OneWinged. So both players down to 2 prize cards, but the leverage is definitely on that Victini Prism. The leverage is on Kamil's side right here, thanks to that Victini. If only he can get that energy, if only he can get to that energy. What is he going to do? That's a great question. He has one turn before the GX attack. It's Victini or nothing. It's Victini or bust. He needs to draw the energy. Is he drawing the energy? Let's take a look. I'm not sure. I don't see anything in his hand. There's a Pokemon there. What is a trainer? I think that was a switch. Maybe there's a Macargo. I don't think there's an energy. Oh, but there is a quick ball. But does he have anything in his deck that is going to help him get it? Is there the Dene? Is there anything remotely helping him or helping the draws? Maybe Jirachi. I'm not sure about those cards. So there's a switch, there's a Macargo, there's a quick ball, and there is a I believe Macargo GX. So one energy. Kamil Kozakowski, so close. Oh, he's dropping the Reshizar, so that was the fourth card. Promo Reshizar, but so close, yet so far away. But I do still think that should have been his game. That should have been 1-0 to him. Again, not getting rid of Power Plant hurt him in the long run, and that was spectacular thing that he did. That is a game number 1. We're gonna move to game number 2 quite shortly, because there is a GX coming, and that should be a double knockout. That's a switch. And Kamil has no idea that this is a bench attack, so that is a GG. That is definitely a GG right there from OneWinged. That's gonna be a game. That's a GG. We're going to game number 2 slowly. And that's a GG. That is a GG. Again, we know certain things are really hard to realize as you're playing, as you're in the moment. But right now here, as we are watching it from above, we can see certain things that players may not see as they are playing, and that's one of those things why we do have those cameras. That's why we do have those things. So let's go back. We got a game number 2. Who's gonna first? Who's gonna start the game? That's a good question. And right now, again, 2 techniques of shuffling. So I don't know who's gonna start, but I know I'm gonna drink some coffee right now. But again, OneWinged and Kamil Kozakowski, this weekend in the league challenge, they might face off. There might be a rematch for that round, for that game 1. We'll see how the game 2 is gonna go. My money, still Kamil Kozakowski right now. Like, he had a great game plan. I think he played it too safe. Like, he had the win after like turn 3. He had all the pieces, but he wasn't committed. He wasn't committed to aggression. And when you're playing a fire type deck, when you're playing especially this type of deck, you have to commit to your strategy. You can't really change the strategy in between the turns. You should go and you should keep on attacking, even though there's a little bit of energy being discarded along the way. So let's take a look. What is going to be in the game number 2 right here? Katowice in the Wymiar. So this upcoming weekend, League Challenge, we're gonna be here or there with the camera, so don't worry. Is Artus Raui going to be in the finals again? That's a great question. Is he going to win? Then actually around 3 to 4 weeks time, right? April 5th, we're going to have the League Cup. We know Artus Raui is not playing the event. He is going to be a judge during that event, so we will not see him in the League Cup. And we've got a Volcanion, we've got a Keldeo, and Kamil Kozakowski is going second, so he can actually use the full potential of that Volcanion. There we go. Kamil Kozakowski, what a beginning, what a turn 1 for him is going to be. And we got a Keldeo with the choice helmet and water type energy with the passing of a turn. Again, weakness is huge, but Giant Herf Welders, my goodness, what is happening in Kamil Kozakowski's hand? Huge hand, amazing hand right there, especially for the fact that he is going second. You can hear Kovac actually laughing somewhere, laughing out there while Kovac is playing Artus Raui in this round. I have a confirmation that out there we've got a 1-0 for Kovac paintings. So right now, Giant Herf, what I believe that is. No, that is a yes, that is a giant half. I was right, and he discards Slugma because one Slugma is already on the board, so 2 energies, and he is going to prepare that welder. Oh, he wants to do that welder. He wants to play that welder. Draw those 3 cards from the deck that he's right now shuffling. Because every day I'm shuffling. I know I'm high on caffeine. You might say no, but there's a lot of coffee that I've just drank in the morning. So let's take a look. We got a welder and energy definitely underneath. There we go, underneath Volcanion ready to attack, but also ready to help. There's still mainly attachment waiting for Kamil, and he's just draw Great Catcher, Cargo, and what seems to be a Vulpix. It is a Vulpix. He has the energy, he has the Great Catcher. And he can also use the attack to fuel that bench Cargo, and he might make it into Cargo GX and just make opponents suffer. So let's take a look. We got a switch as well in his hand. Oh, he is looking good. Like Kamil right now is really looking good. The judges are not saying anything, the judges are letting him play with his own tempo. We do have 10 minutes left on the clock in this round. 10 minutes left on the clock right here in Poland, Katowice. And down goes Vulpix. And we might see a Volcanion attacking. Is there going to be an No! A Volcanion like really attacking. 4-5 damage count for 50 damage. I thought he's gonna use the first attack to actually fuel anything, and he's just attacking. There's just so many things I don't understand, but I don't know. There was a Faba on the Giant Half, so Giant Half right now in the lost zone. This is lost. This half is lost. You can't forge anything in that half. And right now, Kamil Kozakowski getting closer and closer to the knockout of Keldeo. Can he do it? Can he capitalize on it? He has 2 energies. He can play the welder. Oh, that might be it. That might be close. I believe 170 HP on the Keldeo, 120 attack. If he's gonna play a welder, he has a win right now. If it's 170 on Keldeo, he might have a win. Because I believe Volcanion, if there are 4 energies on the board, he's attacking for 120. That might be a game. He has 2 energies. He has the welder. And he can still use a smooth over to actually just, get what he needs on top as well. I'm shaking my hand in disbelief. What is happening? What am I saying right here? Kamil, just play it, please, play it. This is the man of the suspense. He just wants us to suffer a bit in the commentary booth, because he is going to probably play it this way, but he wants us to get into that mood, to be excited for something as simple as attaching the fire type energy underneath something to maybe my cargo, to maybe a Vulpix, but that would be a little bit silly. So maybe to my cargo, maybe we're gonna see that smooth over. Come on, what is it going to take? What is it going to take? Like, I'm right now literally just googling Keldeo GX. Is that 170 HP? The Keldeo GX, is that a not Kelso, I just want Keldeo GX, exactly. And we got a smooth over. Am I right? Yes, it is. It's 170 HP. My goodness. You have a win. Checking one more time. Oh no, he's 10 damage off. It's going to be 110 damage, so he's going to be a 10 damage off. Actually, because it's plus 60 on the Volcanion. My mistake, I do apologize. So he has to play a little bit safer, but he has that Great Catcher. He has the ways, he has the tools to do it. My goodness, Kamil, you are just shattering our nerves over here. What a game. Only 10 damage away. It's always that 10 damage, and down goes Welder. And okay, No one understands why underneath Volcanion. Why not play a little bit safer? Why not underneath Macargo? Why? Oh, this is it. This is it. This is it. If I think he has a switch. I think he has a switch in his hand. He had a switch in his hand, and that's a GX. That might be it. Is that going to be it? I think he had a switch. I think he just had it. Come on, Kamil. He's just attacking. What just happened now? What just happened? 10 damage off. 10 damage, but he needs only 1 energy now. 1 energy now to win this game. Channeler being discarded. Can OneWinged do even anything? Oh, I even put... so I put the result wrong. I've even put the result wrong, like that was supposed to be like that. We got a water type energy. Was there a switch? Was there a switch? I think there was a switch in Kamil's hand. I honestly think there was. It's like there was a little bit of a glimpse. I think there was a switch. He could have actually won that game. So we got a knockout. 1 prize card for OneWinged. I do believe he had that switch. He has the energy. Yes, there was a switch. You see, I was right. There was a switch. He could have actually won the game last turn. He could have won the game last turn. And now the GX. Now the game. Now the game. Now the game. We've got a 1-1. And that is going to be a tie, Legend. That is going to be a tie right here in Poland, Katowice. What a nerve-wracking game. What a nerve-wracking game. Kamil, what you've put me through, you have literally no idea. So, see you guys in round number 3. Goodbye and good. What? That was the game. Oh no, that's a Caldeo GX. No, that was a Caldeo GX. That was my mistake. Oh, that was a Caldeo GX, but he needs to deal 10 damage only. My goodness, Kamil, what are you putting me through? That should be illegal. Come on, just go attack with that Vulpix. That's only 10 damage. That is only a 10 damage. Play that Vulpix. Attack with the Vulpix. Go with it. Go with it. Go. Or does even Vulpix have an attack? I don't know. Just Kamil, please. You've got to switch. You've got to... Oh, he had the tools last turn as well. He could have played that quick ball. Go for something that hits for 10. That hits for 10. And just win that game, because I forgot about ability, of course, of the Caldeo. We got a giant hive, so he's gonna have an energy. Quick ball for something. My goodness, Kamil, what are you putting me through? That should be illegal right here in Poland. My goodness, 10 damage. Come on, Kamil. Like, we are cheering for you right now. We want to see you win. 10 damage. You've got to switch. You can do a 10 damage at some point. There you go. That is a 10. It has to be a 10. And it is a 10. Finally, it is a 10. Kamil wins with 1-1. We've got a tie. We've got a tie. There's just no more time. No more time. No more time for game number 3. For game number 3. Thank you guys so much for watching. Goodbye and good night.